Well, guys, it's finally time for Zendikar spoils, Zendikar Rising spoilers. And wow, there's a lot of power here, but it doesn't feel like a lot of the unfair shit we've seen lately. I really wanted to start here with this particular land because I think I don't exactly know how it works. It's pretty crazy. It looks really weird. Let's just jump into it, man. I'm pretty excited for this. Valakut is back. Awakening. It's an instant for 2 generic and a red. You can put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many plus 1. So a pretty strong uh, card draw card in red, which is that's always really exciting. But the even more exciting part is that I believe it then turns into this land. It flips. See, it's one of the flip cards here, and I believe how it works is you cast the spell, and then it enters the battlefield as this tapped land. Or do you get to choose which one you cast? Like, do you get to choose to cast this or play it as a land? I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty excited for it though. I mean, it looks pretty awesome either way. Like, this is a really good. It's a fine card draw in red for 3 mana and instant speed. That's not bad. But it is a tap land otherwise. But if you get to choose to cast this and then it becomes a land, I think that's pretty disgusting. There's a whole cycle of these lands. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you this page. They just flip into the other lands. Like, so this is red and blue. This is white and black. This is blue and red or black, and this is white, blue, and this is red, white. So this is the both sides of it. And good golly, I'm guessing this is like the showcase. That'll eventually be in the showcase cards or whatever. And I'm pretty sure you get to choose which side this enters as. Like, okay, right now I need red, so I want it to enter as the red one. But right now I need blue, so I'm going to choose the blue side. And it's the same for this black one and black and white one. And good golly, I love this one, dude. It's unbelievable. Yeah, there's the normal version. This one is, oh god, this is like the most beautiful plains. Although it doesn't really feel like a plains, it is gorgeous. And this, oh god, I love the way this vine or whatever, this land kind of, you can follow, your eye kind of just like follows this. Unbelievably gorgeous. Here's the normal version of the red and white one. Really, really nice. Back to Valakut, and back to the normal spoilers. Now, there's only a few cards I actually feel like talking about right now, and I don't really feel like doing daily spoiler things. I'll leave that up to other people, but I do love doing these first impression type things. So I'm going to point out a couple of cards that I read that are really, really awesome. First, I'm going to start with this Spoils of Adventure card. It costs 4 in white blue, which is pretty crazy, but it's an instant. And this spell costs 1 less for each creature in your party, and that's a new mechanic in this set. The party mechanic, party rocking in the Zendikar tonight, right? I don't know. Your party consists of up to 1 of each of a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. Very D&D-esque. And you gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. So this can cost 1, 2, 3, 4 less. You can just pay a white and a blue for this card. And that, wow. White, blue, draw 3 cards, gain 3 life. Pretty disgusting. I wish it was 4 and 4 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3. I understand for balance reason it's probably safer to do it this way, but why have everything else be 4 and then 3, 3? They did the same problem with was it Gristlebrand, right? It like the casting cost and everything is like 6, I think, and then it's a power and toughness or 7 or something like that. There's something like that. It does something 7, 7, 7, except the casting cost. There's a card like that at least. We got another, was Hedron Crab, basically, right? It's a Ruin Crab this time, though, and it's a 1 blue for a 0/3. It has Landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3. Pretty sure Hedron Crab does the same thing, but it's only target player. This is, I think, pretty much better. Pretty much, I think. I'm pretty sure. And then we got a Marasa Root Grazer. I really like the art on this guy too. He costs green and white for a creature beast, 2/3 with vigilance. Hey, the vigilance colors from Ikoria. There's your card. You may put a basic land card from your hand onto the battlefield, or return target basic land you control to its owner's hand. So it activates both the landfall parts, which is just awesome. That is going to be very excellent. And I wonder if the vigilance tribal deck gets a lot better as a result of this. It's pretty good. Let's see here. I think there was another common I really felt like talking about. I want to say it was this guy, the Far Sight Adept, because I kind of like what it does. Enters the battlefield, you and target opponent each draw a card. 3-minute 3/3. I like this kind of stuff in Commander. You know, like, hey, if I do this thing for you, will you do this thing for me? Pretty awesome. This guy is pretty good too. The Acquisitions Expert enters the battlefield. Target opponent reveals a number of cards from their hand equal to the number of creatures in your party, which can be up to 4. You choose one of those cards, that player discards that card. So this counts as just one, right? Because it's a rogue. So it enters the battlefield, they reveal one, and you get to choose, and that player they would then discard that card. But if you have the other types, the cleric, the rogue, the warrior, and a wizard on the battlefield, they reveal 4 cards, and you choose one, and they discard that card. That's pretty good and limited. At least I can foresee that being pretty good and limited. It's pretty good. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We're getting a wonderful, necessary, unbelievably welcomed reprint of Lotus Cobra, the Commander All-Star that he is. I think it's it's good in pretty much everything it's ever been in. 2 mana, 2/1 with landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, you add 1 mana to your color. Oh, any color. That's pretty awesome. So you play a green, and then if for some reason you also need a red, you can add red or whatever other color you need that turn. It's excellent turn 2 drop. It's I just love this little guy. He's amazing. And this also works with let's say you tutor up the one. What are the Evolving Wilds? You know, if you tap that, boom, you get another one. It's pretty awesome when that other land enters the battlefield. It's pretty sick. You know, there's things you can do. Fetch lands are wonderful with this little guy here. We're getting a new Linvala, Shield of the Seagate. It's 1 and 2, 1 and a white blue for a 3/3. It's always nice to see. It's an Angel Wizard. That's pretty sick. I love that creature typing. It has flying at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you have a full party against those 4 creature types, choose target non-land permanent and opponent controls until your next turn. It can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. But the reason I love this little beautiful angel here, it has Sacrifice Linvala, choose Hexproof or Indestructible. Creatures you control gain that ability until end of turn. This is just it's insane to me. Like this is such a good card for. I'm talking specifically from a commander perspective here. I mean I love standard, but I'm not very good at predicting what's gonna be good or bad in standard necessarily. I think this is going to be excellent, especially when you can recur this in Commander. It's just going to be effectively a better Spore Frog, though it is 3 mana instead of 1, making your board indestructible in response to a board wipe, or hexproof in response to a single target removal spell or something. That is proven to be very powerful all of the time. That's pretty good. Oh, there was this comment too. I really liked him. The Spitfire Lagok 4 mana, 3 mana and 1 red for a 3/4 lizard. Enters the landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, Spitfire Lagok deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's just good. It's good value. It's going to be amazing and limited, I imagine, because lands are definitely going to matter. This is what Zendikar is all about, you know. On to the rest of the rares. Skyclave Hierophant, Hierophant, whatever, Elephant. 2 generic and a white and a black for a legendary creature. Core Cleric. It's that cleric thing happening again. It has lifelink and it's a 3/3. Not bad. When this guy or another cleric you control dies, return target cleric card with lesser CMC from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't know about this guy. Could be good. There are all kinds of really good clerics out there. I mean, there's the one that's used in that demons deck with those 1-drops or whatever. I can't remember what the heck they're called. That reduces all cleric spells cost a white and a black less to cast. So I'm sure that card's about to skyrocket unless it gets reprinted here. But if it gets reprinted in standard, oh boy, I can imagine it being pretty okay if the rest of the clerics are pretty good. You know, I don't know. I would like that card to be reprinted though, because it's a pretty good card. There are plenty of clerics that I would love to essentially cast for free, and that's what it does in that 1 demons deck where you build those 1 black 1-drops. You can have any number of in your deck. And Zarath, Son Trickster. Can you guys even read this? There we go. You can read a little better now, right? I'm sorry. Zareth-san, konnichiwa, the Trickster, 3 generic, blue, black, legendary creature, Merfolk Rogue. This guy is sick as hell, and I want him in ninjas, because he has flash, and he is a 4/4 for 5 mana. That is not bad, but I love what his effects are. You can pay 2 and a blue and a black. Return an unblocked attacking rogue you control to its owner's hand. This saves him as well, keep that in mind. Put Zerathon Trickster from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. So he kind of ninjutsus himself into play, essentially. Like this is just ninjutsu. It's really cool. But he, oh man, his effect is insane. Whenever Zerathon, deals combat damage to a player, you may put target permanent card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So I would actually really like just building around him, because I don't think this does he have to be in your hand? You control okay, yeah, he has to be in your hand. I mean, maybe they'll make a weird exception with this. Does the command zone count as a card in your hand? I don't think it does. But he'd be a pretty cool commander. There are ways to return your commander to your hand and such, but I don't know how worth it is making a whole deck around that, I guess. But I do love that he steals stuff from a player's graveyard, so you can kind of, Demir loves milling. There you go. There's Tarjuru Paragon for 1 and a green. Creature elf. Tarju Paragon is a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. I guess the creature type line couldn't fit all of that. Kind of makes me think of the old cards where it'd be like so-and-so is also a wizard or something. They did that back in the day. It's pretty funny because it used to just say like creature summon or some shit like that. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked for 3, it has kicker for 3, generic. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a card that shares a creature type from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Pretty good. I can see this being okay in Commander as well. There aren't too many like green clerics or green rogues. I think there are some green warriors. Are there any green wizards? Maybe this is more of a standard card. I don't know. We'll see what she does. Coveted Prize is 4 generic and a black for a sorcery. This spell costs 1 less for each creature in your party. So imagine just casting, you have this on the battlefield and you pay 1 black for this insane effect. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. If you have a full party, this, then you may cast a card with CMC 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So you tutor a card, and then you can put it into play. If you want that specific card and it costs 4 or less, imagine doing this, specifically in standard with Questing Beast, right? He costs 4. That would be pretty solid. So, let's just assume here, you turn 3, you play this, and then you have a black, so you pay this too, and then you get a Questing Beast. That's pretty solid if you ask me. I don't know if it's necessarily worth building an entire deck around here. Maybe it is. We'll see. That this effect, these two together do seem pretty strong. I mean, just Coveted Prize alone is pretty insane, and I can see it being one of the better tutors we've had in a while. I think it's pretty good, at least. If you can build around it. There are plenty of I mean, there are wizards, so this could cost 4, and the full party effect would be the part that we'll see. We'll come back to this maybe. I do have hope for this card, if not just because these two work really, really well together. And we got a new version of Drana, and boy and howdy do I love this art. It is very epic. I love Drana as a character. She's pretty awesome. Drana, the Last Blood Chief. That's right, boys. 3 generic and 2 black. She's a legendary creature, vampire cleric. Hey, whoa, we got a deck going on over here. Whenever Drana, the Last Blood Chief, attacks defending player, chooses a non-legendary creature in your graveyard. You return that card to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. The creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. Amazing in those Edgar Markov and other vampire decks, but also just a really, really good card. She is the real bee's knees here. That is the business we are talking about. You guys have already seen Jace and Nahiri. I'm not too worried about them. They're kind of, Jace is cool making copies of himself. Nahiri is, only ever gonna get the one good card. This one is fine, I guess, but why didn't she get a cool like effect? Why did they only give like these colors the cool effects, and red and especially white doesn't ever get shit? Anyways, Nissa the Shadowed Bows. Nissa's pissed, bro. 2 generic, a black, and a green for a legendary planeswalker Nissa. When she has landfall, which is crazy for a planeswalker to have landfall. So you turn 4, play her, play a land. That'd probably be turn 5, right? Or maybe you use something, layers all kinds of land shenanigans, especially in Sultai or something in green. You don't even need another blue. I'm very glad that we're not going to see her in standard with oh, what was that annoying card? Growth Spiral. Jesus Christ. No thank you. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a loyalty counter on Nissa the Shadowed Bowls. +1 and tap target land you control. You may have it become a 3/3 elemental creature with haste and menace until end of turn. So now those annoying Nissa lands have menace. Yes, they do. Thank you, Wizards. That was not annoying before. I guess I'm glad that she doesn't double your green mana though. That was awful and annoying. -5. You may put a creature card with CMC less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield from your hand or graveyard with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. That is disgusting, and it makes me want to build around her because, wow, that is an insane ability that is not at all difficult to achieve because of her landfall ability. I imagine she is going to be a force to reckon with in Standard, and of course in Commander where you have a million lands. Yeah. That is good. That is very good. I do like how the sword's kind of coming like out of the art here. I really like when they do that. Some of the juice thing up here. Staff kind of poking out up there. Yeah, she's disgusting. I love her. And Drawn. I don't know if they're necessarily going to go together. Green-black vampires? Maybe. We got another Tazeri. People love Tazeri. She's okay. She's always 5 mana, I believe, which is pretty cool. Beacon of Unity. 4 mana and a white legendary creature, human warrior. Hey, that counts for the party thing. You can pay 2 generic for each of these. 2 generic mana 4 times for 8 mana. You can pay a blue, a black, a red, and a green. To look at the top 6 cards of your library, you may whoa, holy cow! You may reveal up to 2 cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard, and /or ally cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That is a pretty insane tribal commander right there. That is... oh boy. I mean, if you really like these tribes, this is... you just want a full hand all of the time. There you go. Oh, the spell costs 1 less for each creature in your party, by the way. So she can cost 4 less to cast. You can just pay 1 mana for this. That would be... that would be a whole house, man. That would be insane. I forgot about that part. That is value. That is really good value. But the card I'm most excited for today, I think, is our new Omnath, dude. He figured out white. He learned the color white. I wonder when we're going to get our 5-color Omnath. Omnath, Locus of Creation, our maddest Locusty boy. I love him. What a cool character. And every time they make another Omnath, it's usually very powerful. This is absolutely no exception here. When Omnath, Locus of Creation, enters the battlefield, draw a card. 4 mana, 4/4, draw a card. Not very good, but it's not bad. it's pretty okay. Landfall. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Holy cow! If this is the first time this ability, has resolved this turn. Wait, what? Oh, so you only get this trigger once for the lands. However, if it's the second time, add red, green, white, blue. Damn. If it's the 3rd time, Omnath deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. That's a one-sided board wipe. Jeez, man. That is... oh, God. They made Omnath a monster, dude. I love Omnath. He's such a fun, legendary creature to build around. I really want to build around the 3-color Omnath because I really like Tribe more so than just like raw ass power, and I don't really care for 4-color decks that I mean, this doesn't have black. If it had a black instead of white, I'd probably be a little more excited about it. But it'd probably be way too powerful if it also had black. That would just be insane. All the best colors. Sand's the worst color in Magic. Yeah, this guy is a monster. He's gonna be really fucking good in standard, I imagine. Though it might be slow. I mean, standard looks like it's slowing down anyway. Which, God, that's a blessing. Once again, not the standard guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. With the a couple of push sets kind of finally leaving. We will see. I do like the functional dual lands. Those are they're pretty okay. You only get one of the colors, but you do get to choose, and that is pretty important, I think. Man. I really don't know how to feel about this. Or the weird Valakut. Are we getting other lands like this? Like a blue one that, I don't know, bounces a creature and then becomes a land or something? That would be kind of cool. A white one that, I don't know, detains a creature or gives a creature you control +1/+1 and then becomes a land. That'd be interesting. Or a black one that gives a... Oh, would they make the black spell the kill spell? That would be, that might be too good. I think if they made black give a creature your opponent controls like even -1/-1 till end of turn or something, that might be holy shit. There are just so many like targets that would just like, ugh, oof. I mean, imagine they play like Healer's Hawk turn 1 and your turn 1 is playing this land. Sure, it enters tat, but they'd get -1/-1 on their Healer's Hawk. That's not a terrible play in my opinion. That would be pretty insane. I'm sure there's one drops in other formats that would just cripple and destroy and mess up their turn 1 plans or something. I don't know what they would do for black. It could just be, I don't know. I don't know. What could they do? I mean, it would cost mana. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be their turn 1 play then, would it? Huh. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think they could do for these lands. I love these like sort of dual tappy lands. They're pretty sick. The Lotus Cobra, wonderful. The Drana, wonderful. Coveted Prize, potentially broken. Nissa, disgusting. Yeah, that's it. Have a good one, guys.